Hello and welcome to the Voice of the Students, the podcast where young voices from different campuses across Bauchi and beyond hear their thoughts. I'm your host, Mudia Ibrahim.
I'm Aboy and I'm excited to host today's conversation alongside Mudia Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth Petros. Today's episode is something many students will relate to, and I'm sure they will relate to that. The question is, how do students manage to pass exams even though they only start reading during the exam week? How do students manage to pass exams even though they only start reading during the exam week?
Okay, let's start with the big question here. Why do students wait until the last minute to start reading or studying?
Before we go ahead, we have got three amazing students here to help with us to break this down, and we'll have them introduce themselves. But before that, I'm going to briefly introduce them. We have Sherifat Garba from Industrial Design of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, a 300 level student. Hi Sherifat. We also have Jamila Adamu, HND2 student from Abubakar Tatari Ali Polytechnic Bauchi, from the Mass Communication Department, our potential and our able journalist.
Inshallah.
Thank you. Welcome to the studio. We also have Fatima Mukhtar, a 300 level student also from Garu Islamic College of Health and Technology, Bauchi, a community health student. Welcome to the show, Fatima. All right.
Well, let's start with the big question here. Why do students wait until the last minute to start studying for exams? Ms. Sharifa?
I believe that students tend to read when it's time for exam because they believe that's the only time they can remember. They can be able to recall most of the things they read. Because if they read ahead of the exam, they might forget some of the things they read.
Wow, that's so risky. Jamila, what can you say about that? Is that true?
Definitely, some students start reading since the day they have started receiving lectures for their exams. And students like me, we used to study a day or week
Now, just say you're a
for
victim.
exam. I'm a victim
Okay.
because me, I used to think that if I study early, I may forget everything that I studied. But if I study, like tomorrow we are having exams in the morning, I will start reading like that kind 10 p.m. in the night.
Okay.
I will read like just 2 hours,
Okay.
go to sleep. In the morning after I wake up, I will start refreshing that reading where I read it last night.
Sorry to cut you, Jamila. I understand that reading before exams, that's a day before exams or on the exams week, always refresh your memory or always bring in that vibes of, okay, we are done, let's go into examinations or with everything with cram. Because now you're a victim and making it as if you are cramming. Do you understand?
I'm not cramming
Okay.
because
What are
me,
you-
my brain, no used to take cramming.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Ms. Fatima, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, it's not only her. Most of the students, let me say, we are almost like that. And according to health, it's not good for a student to enter exams with stress or an anxiety because it affects.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
it's not just about passing, it's how you pass the exams, right?
Okay, it's how you.
Yes.
You know what?
Okay.
Some of the students, their brain has large memory.
Okay. They have
They can-
bigger brain.
Yeah,
Bigger brain.
Okay.
Some
can-
have
they
small
can
brain,
even
right?
they can even store
That's so
something
funny.
something like 3 years ago. If you ask them, they will tell you.
Okay.
But people like me, seriously, we are not part of it.
Jamila said people like me.
Oh,
Yes,
wait,
because I know
wait.
myself now.
Passing on the program, I get to understand that there was a content creator on TikTok that was trying to explain something related to this. He said, how could an author write a book for 3 years? A lecturer will come to class and explain it
For
for
3
3
months.
months. We'll buy the book, come to class, teach that particular course or that particular book for 3
3
months. And we
Some,
almighty
even
students,
some lecturers,
I'm
they,
coming, I'm
they
coming.
didn't even teach
Yes,
to reach that 3 months.
we almighty students, we the magicians, we the magicians, we will not crack everything in one day. Isn't that concerning?
Do you know what? It's something to be put into consideration, because we students, the lecturers used to pressurize us.
So now, Jamila, how do you manage to pass your examination reading a day before the exams?
Me, what I take exams or passing exams,
Okay.
it's not that. Jamila, you are intelligent. No,
Okay.
passing exam is a luck from Almighty Allah.
Okay.
If you are destined to pass your exams, since
Okay.
from the beginning of your life, it has been reaching step by step. But me, I did not take reading.
But you have to be serious now.
I'm serious now. Reading is not something that makes students not to be serious.
Okay. Such a helpful tips. Big thanks to our guests, Fatima, Jamila.
Okay. Before we go, Sherifat. Sorry, I forgot her name. Sherifat. Before we go, like, pertaining what Jamila said, Jamila explained about passing exams from Almighty God. Okay. Does that mean we should not read? We should just go to exams and pray. Then we'll start getting, we'll start passing exams.
You caught me wrong.
No, I want to understand.
You just
Anything that
enlighten
is
us more.
destined to you, it will come to you.
But
But
definitely you have to work for it.
you have to work for it. But it's not everybody that has that privilege to work for that thing. There are among people, there is lucky people.
But sorry to say, there are some that don't believe in God and they still pass their
Yeah.
exams.
A lot.
That is why I say it's destiny. If God destines something for you,
People
no matter
surely
how
have
people do not want to get that,
You will still
you
win.
will still win it.
Fatima, my own contribution here, do you understand? Because I want you to relate it to health. My own contribution here is that because me, the way I do write my exams, the way I do study on my exams is that I do come to lectures and listen to lectures. Because what I do write in the exams, truthfully to be said, is not what is inside that handout that was given by a lecturer. So I do come to lecture, listen to what the lecturer do see, and after that I can go home, reverse, and me sometimes it is by 3 a.m. 2 a.m. I do wake up to read. How hope that is not affecting my health.
Actually, you being stressing yourself is affecting you.
So should I stop waking up by 2 a.m. 3 a.m. to read? Because I found out that waking up 2 a.m. 3 a.m. you do, like, I do update everything I read. So I do set aside that time to make myself, you know what? You see, when I wake up at 2 a.m. my eye will just be disappearing, but I have to just
You
wake up
don't
and read.
wake up around 10 in the night. Make sure you have a good sleep,
Okay.
good rest, and make sure you take a very nutritious food.
Okay, so you are trying to tell me you should sleep more in the daytime,
Yeah.
So you can use this time
night for reading.
since that is convenient time for you.
So, viewers, we've heard an insightful thought from Jamila. We've heard from Sherifat and also Fatima. Jamila tried to make us understand that she passes her exam through the Almighty God. Through the will of Almighty God. And again, Fatima, can you, like, do you believe in what Jamila said, or do you have what are your ways of you passing your exams, or you two are a victim of Jamila?
Kind of.
What of you, Sherifat?
Me, I only read when my brain is ready to assimilate.
Oh.
Once I start reading and I'm not understanding anything, I put my books aside and take a nap. That's what I
So 1 week to exams.
1 week or 2 weeks,
do.
or maybe next day.
Anytime. Just as far as I'm going to understand what I'm reading.
What you're reading.
Yes. Because I don't cram.
Okay.
If I cram, I
You
will
read to
forget.
understand.
Yes, that's what I do.
Students are unbelievable. Do
Nice.
you know that there was a day I was passing through the Sabon Kara Road? Like, I saw around what was I even going to do there? Around 6 to 7 a.m. Do you understand?
Morning.
In the morning, I saw one guy. at the top of that rock, at the top of that mountain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking of yes.
on top of that mountain, sit down, meditate that book. He was walking around,
Yeah.
you know. Okay, I said in
It's
my mind,
cramming.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
it's
cramming
cramming.
will affect his brain.
Do you know one thing you need to
99% of students are cramming.
Do you know
Yes,
one thing?
99%.
One thing you use to kill me is to tell me to cram. Unlike you tell me to cram at this time. It's rubbish for you.
Cramming is not good self.
At all.
It affects our health.
But that's
Fatima said it affects our health, and it's also, you know, when you are cramming, there's this kind of stress. There's this kind of inner stress. You stress your brain, number one. Number two, you stress
You're forcing your brain that he must accept that
Yeah.
what you are doing.
Okay. And you say people have different brains. What of those that have big brain? Are they still stressing their head? Eh?
If I say if I say
Sharp brain. She
if I
said
say
big brain.
big brain, that means their brain used to contain something like, if you ask them things that happen with them 5 years back,
Yeah, what do you call it?
they can still remember.
Okay.
But people with small brain like me, even if you
Okay.
ask me what happened day before yesterday, it may be I will tell you exactly what happened.
Well, okay, wait. How do you want to cope? Like, how will you cope, Elizabeth? Please, I'm taking this to you, please. Elizabeth, how would you like? How would the students cope? The student will have 9 courses to write on exams, and maybe he just started with the first paper, and he's already on that mountain already. I mean, loading those things on his head, and peradventure, maybe he came to the exams hall, and he found out that what he crammed is not what comes out on exam, or is applied
That's
question.
the problem.
And
He
you
should
don't
read to
remember.
understand, not cramming. If he should read to understand, he'll pass his exam for sure.
So Jamila, what relations do you have to that? Now we are attacking you, Jamila.
Yes,
know we are attacking.
yes.
Tell us.
Seriously, me, I'm not advising students to be cramming.
For you're advising yourself to
So you're
cram.
advising
Me,
yourself
I'm
to
not
cram.
cramming.
You are
Okay.
attacking.
I'm not cramming.
She just
Me,
needing to understand.
The reason why I
So women
started.
supporting women
Well,
now.
it's not
Yeah.
that.
Women supporting women. Yeah, I understand.
The reason why I
Women supporting
started reading day before exam or a week before exam is that me, I usually used to attend lectures,
women.
because if I did not attend lectures, no matter how you try to explain that thing for me,
You won't
I
understand.
won't understand it. But
The
even
thing
if
is
I
that,
did not read,
like, she
I enter
summarized
exams.
it.
Okay,
Going
that
back
means
to
she's
what
not
she-
cramming.
with that,
she's summarizing.
with that lecture,
Yeah.
with that lecture,
What they
if I
Okay,
enter
summarizing.
exams hall,
She's
I will-
proofreading.
right.
So all of us are advising people to go and proofread. They will proofread our books and just come in exam. But what of if what was said to you was applied question? What are you going to do with your cramming?
See, I'm not advising students to cram. What I'm advising students is that they should always attend lectures.
Okay.
If you attend lecture, no matter how that question will be,
No matter how hard it is.
yes,
Mhm.
you definitely get your idea.
Okay, so
To answer that
Jamila, what of if you don't understand what the lecturer is teaching? You know there are some lecturers that are like that, right?
In the classroom.
Okay,
For
you ask
example,
question.
for example,
Okay, you ask your classmate.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Lecturer,
For example,
okay.
now, me, there is some of our lecturers that I do not use to understand what they are teaching.
Okay, that's teaching method.
Yes, I get it very difficult to get what they are saying. But after class, if I go through what they said, I do not understand.
Like the lecture notes.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll go to my colleague, ask
Okay,
them,
okay.
have you understand so things that lecturer told? If he say yes,
Yes.
I will ask him, please help me to explain it
In his
If
own
he-
way.
on his own way, the way that I will get it easy.
Okay, thank you very much. Sherifat, I must say, you are writing exams right now, right? Like
Yes,
this
yes.
is Abakata Fabrewa University now writing exams.
Yes.
There's one of your students is an electrical engineering student, and he told me that you guys wrote exams. There's one GNS exams you guys wrote. Was it I forgot it. It's 3 days or 2 days ago that all the general school, people from even Gobi campus, had to come to the ATBU main campus, the lower campus, to come and write these GNS exams. So now, and the exams supposed to be scheduled by 4, but the exams is now shifted to 6 o'clock. What if I cram? How do you want? How do you do?
You will cram.
Yeah.
Yes, you will cram.
If you
You use that 1 hour.
student used to cram their lecture,
That's
definitely
because they
will
are
fail
all
their exams.
crammed. They are all crammed.
No.
They should read to understand.
Now I'm asking on your own perspective.
Me, I don't cram.
What do you do?
I need to
She
understand.
said she need to understand. She said
I
it
need to
earlier.
understand. So I
So-
don't cry.
So now you're comfortable with that writing exam by 6? Or
Well, I
you
wrote
write
my
it
own by 12,
by
so
12? Okay, there are people that
it
wrote by
not
6.
affect me, yes.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
All right, thank you thank you very much for that. Viewers, let's try to understand all the students out there. Let's try to get this right. Let's try to understand that cramming is not key. I don't support cramming. You understand?
Cramming is a
Yes.
very bad
Very
habit.
bad
to
habit.
students.
Because if you cram, peradventure maybe a tragic something happens to you, you just see that your thinking, your mind, your brain, you go somewhere else. Rather, you know,
Even if you meet with your friend and you'll be discussing about something different, that you're cramming.
your family don't go. That's why some people will just come to exam or you just see them. I don't talk to you.
Don't talk to me.
They say,
Because they are afraid. They are afraid that if they
will
talk,
talk,
they will
They will
forget
forget what.
something.
Yes,
And
yes.
if they forget one word, that cramming entirely from beginning to the end, don't go.
so please, students out there, please I would advise you to stop cramming. This is an advice from me personally to you guys.
From all
Read
of us.
to
Okay,
understand.
No.
Yeah, from all of
You are
us.
cramming.
I'm
No,
not
she
cramming.
she said she was cramming.
I'm not
I'm
cramming.
advising
So
you.
read to understand.
Okay, now all of you have come to my party.
It's not
No, no.
since from the
Everybody
beginning you do not get
understand.
you
Since
do not
from
get
the beginning.
me. I'm not cramming.
Okay.
But what I
Like
believe
you-
in passing
I
exams
trust
is a
you.
will from God.
I
Okay, like
trust
if you have small memory, right?
Yes.
You have small memory.
Yes, that
So
was what she said.
those have large memory.
They used to
Cram.
cram. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Alright, please, it's not good to cram. You should not cram. Okay, they've supported my party here. All of us are advising you guys not to cram. Always listen to lectures. Our advice to always attend every lectures by the lecturer. Because if a lecturer is uttering you guys lectures, he's not saying everything that's inside that handout or that book. Some people will just be like, I've gotten the handout, now what would I come to class to?
Yeah.
Let me tip into what you are saying. For example, we have one lecturer.
Okay.
If he give you handout, you will read it from the beginning of the semester to the end of the semester. You will not fit to answer one question of his exam question.
I can relate that.
Sure you understand?
Yes.
So if you attend his lecture with that small explanation that he's doing, it's from that small explanation he's setting his exam question.
Exactly. So please, let's avoid cramming. Let's always read, attend lectures, come to class. If you have any problem or if you have any question, do you understand? You will meet the lecturer personally, or if you don't want to meet the lecturer personally,
You can just
then
look
you
your
can-
classmates.
you can meet your
Yes.
colleagues or those, or you can just you have
That's
group
why
chat.
studying.
Yes, you just have group chat to be like, hello, please, who understand this? Who can follow
Can
okay,
enlighten
let's meet,
you the
enlighten
more.
you. And you
But there,
understand?
there is some students that they feel that I'm big for that. Why would I ask my classmates?
Yeah.
But there is nothing wrong
They
with
feel
that.
big.
Now.
That's why they are failing.
Yeah, that's what they are feeling
Why
now.
would I ask you?
That's why they are failing.
Explain something for me.
Yes, thank you all, our guests, for your contributions. They do me party system, women countrymen.
It's
Because
not
all of them
it's
are
not party
countering me.
system.
No
It's not
problem.
party system.
If you are the last minute reader, think about the stress. Fatima said that it's put on your body and mind. It's never too late to change. Please change. We advise you to read and attend lecture even before exams. Now we are running up on this podcast. You join us next week for another exciting episode. We are going to meet a new set of students and a new question will enact. So please, if you are just joining us now, please try to understand that reading, cramming is not advisable. Rather, let us read and understand. Do you understand? Elizabeth, what do you have to say to the audience?
Till then, stay focused and stay international.
Thank you. Jamila, what do you have to say?
I'm advising students they should always attend lecture no matter how, because attending that lecture is
You
helping
keep
them a lot.
emphasizing about
Yes.
them.
If you attend lecture, definitely. If you do not get it all right, you get 80 to 70%.
Okay.
Fatima,
Advising, like we as a health worker, advising how to stress yourself before going to exam.
thank you.
Sharifa.
Sharifa?
I advise everybody to read only when you know you understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Understand yourself and read
I'm
when
with
you know
you.
yes.
Okay,
you
women supporting
understand.
right now.
No, I'm with her actually.
If you know you are not understanding, please take a nap. Thank you.
Rest.
You know what, viewers? Join us next week We are going to discuss a kind of exciting topic next week. And let me give you a glance of the topic. Why are students always on their phones, even during lectures? Please join us next week for that exciting episode. And we're going to expose many things you need to understand. Stay safe and stay positive. Thank you.